Welcome back to MomCom. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Shannon. It's not you, it's motherhood.
And summer sounds fun in theory, right? Sunshine, no school, slower days. But if you're a working parent, summer can feel like a logistical nightmare.
Because here's the reality. School ends, but your job doesn't. And suddenly you're trying to figure out how to cover full workdays with camps that run from 9 to 12 or from 1 to 3. If you're lucky, you can find a full one.
So today we're talking about the gap, the lack of real summer coverage, the pressure it puts on families, and why the system just doesn't really match how people actually live now. Like, this is a joke, actually, is what it is, summer camps. Right?
No, it is. And it's truly, it's so insane because exactly what it doesn't match the reality of how we live. So it makes it so hard to figure out. Like, it's so exciting for the kids, like, because summer's supposed to be this time of like freedom and yay. But realistically, our life, like, we don't just get a summer break. Parents can't just stop working.
No.
And trying to piece together these summer camps in a way that actually provides coverage, because the 3-hour camps, by the time you drive them there, drop them off, get home, do whatever it is you're supposed to do for work, you're going right back to pick them up.
You might as well just stay there and work out of your car.
Right. Seriously.
Because it doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't work. It's crazy.
So let's think. You have these summer camps that are either from 9 to 12, 1 to 3, 1 to 4 if you're lucky. And you have multiple kids.
Yeah.
Who are at different ages, into different things. Some want this camp, some want the other camp. But they're here anyways. There is not a camp. Well, I guess there is one camp that's from...
There's two, because there's
9 to 6.
There's the one through the school.
Kaleidoscope.
Which, if you do not... It's like, if you are not in there in the first 30 seconds, you're not getting a spot. If you don't use it for after school, you're not getting in. Like, there's so many parameters. And then, there's the one that our kids did years ago, but they've aged out of it.
Yes. So that camp was all day, but it was for a certain age group. And then also Kaleidoscope.
Right. That's what I was saying. The school one is like impossible.
But your kids are not going to go to that. Like,
no.
I think that one too, your kids age out of.
Younger.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
And where we used to live in Illinois, they had an actual summer camp. Camp Manitoqua. You would drop your kids off at 9. They had a pool, all the things. It's in the woods. They have a pickle shack to buy, like, stuff to eat.
Yeah.
And then, they did, like, one day I picked Griffin up and he was covered from head to toe in mud. He was, I think, 5. I didn't even know how to put him in my car. I was kind of upset. Like, I love that he's dirty, but like, why would you let him get covered in head to toe mud? But okay. And that when you pick him up at 5 or 6.
Right. See, before we moved here, my kids weren't of actual school age. So we went year round because we paid for like Lightbridge Academy, Goddard School, like those type of schools.
Yes.
So nothing changed. Their schedule, which honestly, that was the most useful for us because our work schedule didn't change. So their school schedule didn't change. So they didn't have that experience of like, yay, it's summer break. But also it just maintained that consistency throughout the year, the sort of rhythm of our family. Then they go into the public school system, which, again, our kids should have summer. I'm not saying we shouldn't have summer, but realistically, it is just so challenging. Like the logistical nightmare that is figuring out summer camp for our kids. And like you said, different ages and different interests, and camps only last so long. It's challenging.
If you can get in.
Right.
And because you have to book these in February. And I don't know if it's like that everywhere.
I don't know either.
I feel like here there's too many people. Everyone moved here from COVID.
Yeah.
And there's not enough resources for all the people. There's not enough food. Target's not enough. There's not enough supply and demand here.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's that way with summer camp. I don't think I should have to book in February for June.
And if you don't,
you're done. You can't get in.
Happen.
And then the prices have just keep going up and up and up. And I know I never complain about prices. I feel like that's part of life and prices go up, but not the way these prices went up. Okay.
It's crazy. And I do complain about prices all the time. That's the role I play.
This is crazy.
It's insane. The same camp that I did for my kids when we first moved here, so 4 or 5 years ago, until now has doubled in price. And it wasn't cheap when we moved here.
No, it was like one of the most expensive camps. And I would try to send Griffin every year. And every year he told me to pound sand and that he wasn't going to do it. So I was like, okay.
It's crazy. And it's a lot of pressure for families. So if you don't get into the camps, if you can't afford the camps, what are you supposed to do? Because you have to still work. So then you find yourself feeling that pressure of, I have to be the best version of me to show up for work, but then you feel bad because you want to be the best version of you to show up for your kids, and you want to make sure
because it's summer and you want to hang out with them too.
Yeah, and you want them to have that experience, but you can't split yourself in half.
No.
So then the guilt comes in, and it's like, and you don't want your kids just sitting inside. It's hard. Summer camp was meant to be this like fun, exciting. It's supposed to feel like such a lovely thing, but the reality is like it's really challenging logistically. And I don't know that it's like talked about.
And I have to have a completely different calendar.
Right.
So I know we've talked about this before, but the scheduling and which kids going to which camp from which time and which one needs a snack and which one needs the lunch and which one needs all the things for that week for the camp is too much.
It's a lot. I have so my friend Erin has 5 kids, and many summers ago, we were trying to work out like, when can we overlap to see each other over the summer? So she was like, I'm going to send you the schedule. And it was this beautiful color-coded Excel sheet. And I was like, I'm doing this too. It's so smart. So now I also have Excel sheets for my kids of every week of summer and what camps are we doing and how are we getting there? And it's actually insane. It truly is. And last summer, I had every single week accounted for, and half of the camps, they were like, because we did a lot through the rec, and like there was one that was supposed to be a survival camp, but it was like inside in a classroom. So like,
I remember your kids hated that.
They hated it, and I was like, I would hate that too. That's not what I thought we signed up for. So they didn't even go. Yeah. So I paid for it,
and you don't get your money back because they won't give you your money back. No. And that was really hard for me too, because when I was trying to get Griffin to go to summer camps, and you have to obviously pay to get the money back for some of them that he would not go to, and some Quinn wouldn't go to, I feel like. But I think it's a nice idea in theory, but summer camps don't really work for parents that work full time. And I guess the only other solution is you leave them home alone to fend for themselves. Or that's what my mom did. Or you hire a nanny.
Which, again, money.
Or a babysitter, which is going to be expensive, but it's either way, it's one of those things.
And, okay, but really, and we talk about this a lot, how times have changed. I don't remember what we did over the summers when we were kids, but I can tell you we didn't go to summer camp. And I remember when
Wait, you didn't go to summer camp? Did you go on a trip to Saint-Tropez?
Yeah, no. Exactly.
Like, this is what kids are doing nowadays. Like, we're taking our kids to all these fabulous vacations.
It's insane. Like, we are part of the problem. But so I've talked about, I grew up in a small town outside of Pittsburgh. And camp, to me, was quite literally, my grandfather had our camp in a town called Zelienople. And we would go there as all of the families. I've said, I've come from a big family, in tent camp. Like, we would go tent camping for weekends and holidays and things like that. So little old me, when I moved to New York City to start my career there, I will never forget talking to these girls who grew up like on Long Island and grew up in the Hamptons and all this stuff. And they were talking about camp. And I was like, yeah, I love camp. Literally, they were talking about sleepaway camp. Yeah. And I'm talking about sleeping in tents with my parents in a little Zelienople. Like, the vast,
Difference?
insane difference of our lived experience was actually hilarious and very humbling for me of like, okay, everybody has, like, not everybody grew up tent camping and actually sleep away. I'm not kidding. I didn't know. Like, and it was a big coveted thing to get into these sleepaway camps that these girls went to. I had literally no idea. I mean, I was 23 years old and didn't know. So naive.
Oh,
Yep.
so before I had children, I think my mom sent me to YMCA camp.
Mm-hmm.
One year I got blisters on my face from being so sunburned because nobody cares about you. Like you're just literally like take a school bus to a bay and like sit. Yeah, that's one of my memories. I have so many bad memories. It's like ridiculous. But because she was full-time working, I do remember that. I must have been younger. But as I was in my 20s, I still have these two good friends of mine, and they send their daughters to these really expensive sleepaway camps for several weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking 8 to 10 weeks. Like they're gone the entire
summer.
Yeah. And they're very posh, glamorous camps, very expensive camps. And I thought, I want to be able to send my kids to those camps and give them that experience. I mean, what a beautiful thing, right? Yeah. Fast forward. Griffin wouldn't even go to summer camp in our neighborhood.
For 3 hours.
For 3 hours. And I thought I was going to send him
gonna be amazing.
to sleepaway camp in a different state.
Yeah, right. Right.
Hello.
I know.
Not happening. And also I'm too scared because I see the news. I hear and know way too much.
Yeah.
And I'm scared to death to send my kids to sleep away anywhere.
Right.
Especially at some camp
where you don't know.
Where I don't know who the people are, the counselor.
Yeah.
You could do whatever background check you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. But at the end of the day, I don't want anyone having access to my sleeping children.
Right.
Unless they're in my home. Like, that's where I want them to be. So, it's just so funny how we have all these ideas and what we're going to do. And then you have the kid.
And everything.
And
changes.
you could have neurodivergent kids who, they really are the ones that need the most structure.
Right.
And let's say I try to push Griffin, I try to get him to go to that KE camp because it was in our neighborhood. It's the same camp counselors the entire time.
Right.
And the same schedule.
Yeah.
There's schedule and consistency.
Sorry,
if your kids are don't need that, going to these different weekly camps with different people and different coaches and different... It's a nightmare for me.
Yeah.
Because Griffin's so nervous about new people until he gets comfortable. And then by the time he's comfortable, that week's over.
Right.
Time for the next one.
Right.
Doesn't work.
Right. It's really hard on these kids.
It is.
And even if I feel like even kids maybe that aren't, diagnosed with different things. I think it's hard when you go from structure, you expect it. They know school Monday through Friday. They know who they're going to be around. They know their teachers. There's a system, there's a structure. To then go to this pieced together schedule, it's hard.
It is hard.
It's a big adjustment. And I think, yes, there are some camps that, like when we first moved here, the KE camp, that's what we did the whole entire summer. But I'll also say, like, the kids got kind of, and I guess they have to suck it up sometimes, but they were like, oh my gosh, like we are literally doing the same thing every day. So then the next year we tried these things together. But then you find some camps that they don't like. So it's very, very hard to figure out a schedule that works for the kid and also for the parent.
Yeah.
So, and that you can afford. It's so expensive.
It doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
These summer camps don't work. I'm doing them mostly for Quinn.
Yeah.
Because she likes, they have a lot of things that she likes.
Yeah.
And she'll go with her friends and that's great for the 2 hours that she's there.
And our kids are doing a camp together, but you participate in the camp as well.
Yes, I have to be at the camp.
Like you're a counselor. Or
I'm a counselor.
I'm
a camp counselor at church so that Griffin will go.
Yeah.
and this is going to be his last year.
Oh, is it?
Because then he's aged out. So I don't want to say it could be his last year. He could then become
a counselor, right?
A counselor.
Because the girls were talking about how they can't wait until they get to be counselors at church camp.
But then I still have to be a counselor to get him to go. And let me tell you, the amount of screaming at these camps, there's a lot of screaming when you get all these kids together.
I can do it.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how I do it either. Last summer was really fun.
Yeah.
We had a really great summer because Griffin had so many, he actually went to these baseball camps.
Yeah.
And he went to a camp in Texas.
That's so nice.
And we had really great memories because the summer before that, I think you remember me telling you, was just, we were renovating our house, which we're grateful to do, but it's a lot of work and it was very stressful and we had a lot of other things going on. Yeah. So last summer was really fun. And this summer I'm kind of like, what's it going to be like?
I hope it's a good one. I'm leaning a little bit into my bigger kids showcasing some of their independence because I don't have every minute of their lives scheduled like I have for the past their whole life. I've had summer camp worked out, but because we had so many fails last year with these camps, I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not wasting the money on a trial. We're not doing trial and error for.
I don't blame you.
I'm not doing it, right? Like, you know how I'm about as frugal as they come.
I'm not
doing
it.
So, however, I'm sort of like, now that it's almost here,
you're a little nervous.
Uh-oh. I mean, because we have camps. Like I have the Excel sheet, we have camps, but it's not every single week accounted for. Right. And I'm hopeful that between it all, we can figure it out. And I think, one of my kids will enjoy the independence more than the other. Like it's just the reality, And
it might be a shit show.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be.
It's going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually end up with all the kids at my house.
Yeah.
I do have Nerf gun wars with them, which I think is really fun because I love blasting them. So I love to partake in that. But because it gets so hot out,
Yeah.
But I want to know if it's just me or if anyone else out there, because I grew up in San Diego by the beach, by the water. We moved here to be by the beach, by the water.
Mm-hmm.
Griffin hates the beach. He's just out to he's trying to kill me. And to be quite honest, this might sound crazy, but I want to know if anyone else is scared that their kids are going to be eaten by sharks. This is what I did not go to the beach at all last summer.
Because it's a legitimate fear for you. It's very
South
real.
Carolina is one of the top. First, it's Florida.
Yeah.
I want to say it's North Carolina, then South Carolina for shark attacks. And and I know California's in there too.
Yeah.
And I think that it's because of all the information that we have access to.
Well, and that's what I was just going to say. I think when you know too much, it can hinder the experiences that you want to have. So yes, I know, but I also know that as much as we're hearing more about shark attacks, it is still somewhat rare. So I am not taking my kids to the beach because I'm afraid of sharks. So there you go. There's where we're same but different.
Yeah. I'm scared.
But I mean it is. It's a real fear. Like
and
so
rip
many
currents.
Things. Well, the riptide that scared the riptides, the currents, that scares me more than anything.
It really scares me.
That really scares me.
But then the other part of me is like, everyone has a path in life. What's going to happen is going to happen. We just do the best with what we can. I can get hit crossing the street, back to my car. I know it's an irrational fear. I understand that.
No,
but I'm still scared.
And it's real for
because I just want to protect the kids.
Yes.
Exactly. So that's why I have shark bands.
Tell me more. What? Do I need these? What is it?
They wear it around their ankle.
Oh.
The company is called Shark Bands. They started on, what's that TV show?
Shark Tank?
Yeah. I think. I could be wrong. But Or maybe they were featured on the show.
Yeah.
But shark bands, you wear them around your ankle. They have a magnet in it that pushes the sharks away.
Oh, well, there you go.
So when they come closer, they're supposed to.
Like, does it help you with your
But
fear?
my kids do wear them.
Good.
Does it help me with my fear? A little bit.
Yeah.
I bring them when we go on trips and stuff.
I didn't know this. How did I not know this?
Yeah. What is wrong with me? The older I get, I'm so annoying.
No, you're smart because you want to know all the things.
No, I don't want to know anything. I want to live in a bubble.
Me too. I'm really trying to go for that bubble. I'm really trying to go for that bubble.
Where is the bubble?
And but I'm so, it's funny because I want to be in this bubble, but then there's certain things that I'm so crazy about. You know what I mean? Like, I think we all have our crazy, like our things that are so, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, again, I know I was already talking about Erin before, but she'll call it like brick wall. Like, there are things that it's like, nope, that's a brick wall. Don't even ask. Don't even try to break it down.
Yeah.
It's made of brick. And I definitely have my things. And luckily, and this is different than like the shark thing, but I feel like finally my kids have started to understand the things that for me are the brick wall moments. Like, I feel like they have finally started to stop asking because they have seen.
Well, that's nice.
I mean, not completely stopped, but I feel like they're
getting it more.
They're starting to understand. And I give them like my facts behind why. It's not just because I'm mom. Like, I'll give my.
Well, since summer's coming, the question I'm going to get 1,000 times, right?
Go ahead. Share the fortnight?
No, it's going to be sleepovers.
Fine.
No matter how many times I say, no, we do not do sleepovers. We can have a lateover.
Yeah.
I'm going to be, and then they just, they push, they don't stop.
Yeah, you are going to get that all
I'm going to get it all summer.
And again, this is where it's so funny because like that's.
Yeah, I am like a hard no for sleepovers.
And then the one time we were going to do it at your house, my poor daughter got sick. She's still so upset about that. She's like, we finally did it.
But listen, I usually say no. And the one time I don't say no,
that happened.
Then she gets sick.
I know.
It's a sign.
I know.
Not to do it.
That was pretty crazy, actually.
That's how I took it anyways.
Yeah.
Like, this is not meant to be, and I need to stay true to what is in my heart. And I can't, it's hard to say yes to one person, no to another person, so I have to be no all across the board.
Yeah.
I
think the wider message with that is like, if there are things that you as an individual feel in your gut, in your heart of hearts, whatever, trust it. Yeah. And even if other people are doing something else, because this is the same thing we teach our kids.
Yeah.
Like, if they jump off a bridge, are you going to jump off a bridge?
Do it?
Like,
my kid's like, yeah, I am.
You're like, shit.
But I don't know with these generation what they're going to do.
But I think this reinforces, and I know we're getting off topic a little bit about summer camp, but it reinforces something we talk about all the time, that we can, the same but different thing,
same
right?
But different.
Like, you can have the same values and connect on so many things, but we're still ultimately different people with different opinions who run things different and that's good. We're not all meant to be
the same. We're supposed to be different.
And like, I think it's good for the kids also to be like, yeah, but how come this person's allowed to do that? Because that's the rule in their house, and the rule in our house is this.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there's so much pressure. There's so much pressure now, and we talk all the time about how social media makes things all seem different, and it seems like, oh, but everybody else can do it. No, maintain what you believe. Trust yourself. Period.
Yes. And don't second guess.
No.
Because I have second guess. Like, oh, is this, maybe this one time. No. Anytime I've given in, it hasn't worked out. I've said, yes, sure, your friend can sleep over. And literally twice, not Lucy, another child, they have wanted to go home.
Yeah. So it
just doesn't work.
Gotta just stick
for
with
us.
The thing. Yeah.
But I do hear that this is what the kids are into as they get older.
Is what? Sleepovers?
All sleepovers. Like all these girls together in a sleepover. Sounds horrible.
I mean,
That sounds horrible.
Had them. But that's where it's funny. Like, no, Thomas has done a sleepover.
Kids up all night. I mean, I'm not getting any sleep right now because my husband's sleep apnea. I'm about ready to ship him back to his mom's house for 2 weeks so I can catch up on my sleep. And It's so bad, you guys. It's so bad. I'm so tired.
Oh, gosh.
I don't do well without sleep. I need my sleep.
Yeah.
I don't want to be interrupted
by kids.
by children.
Yeah.
I have to deal with kids
But
all day long.
Like, you stay true to that. Like that. I just think that's how it has to be. So summer camp.
Once again, who wants to go to summer camp at Nicole's house? No,
they
just
all
kidding.
do.
They all do, actually, because it is.
Kids. Like,
listen, my house is really fun until 9 p.m. And 9 p.m., everyone needs to go home.
At 9 p.m., like, that's late.
Right?
Yeah.
I think so.
No, I think you're doing it right.
I think these kids got it made, is what I think.
They certainly do. They certainly do.
Well, but we don't, because summer's...
But I think, because this was we were talking summer camp for a long time, and then we sort of derailed. But that's okay. That's what we do.
It's okay.
We want to hear from you, right? Like, we want to hear from
people. Are
you
afraid of sharks?
Do you allow sleepovers?
Do you go to sleepaway camp? And how do you manage your worry and your fears with your kids not home at night? I want to know. I genuinely want to know, because I know I'm not alone in my thoughts about it. And I know that there's still parents that do it. And, how do you do it?
How do you do it? And also, just in general, like, what are your kids doing this summer? How do you manage the logistics of it all? Like, let's talk about it. I want to hear more, because maybe you'll give me some ideas too, because this summer is a big, like, we'll see. I'll report back on how it goes, doing just a handful of camps and not having every minute.
Which I've always not had every minute planned out, because they wouldn't go.
Yeah.
So it's always, up until last year, been a nightmare for me.
It's just so hard when I'm like, Mommy's on a call, Daddy's on a call. If you're going to be here, like, you have to be quiet, but also, like, you can't just go roam the neighborhood. So we'll see. But that's where I'm saying, like, a little bit more independence is going to happen, and Gizmo watches help. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, technology might help a little bit, but you have Thomas, who's
he's not going to.
Not old enough to.
So he plays in the back. He'll play in the backyard. That's why the backyard, like, fully fenced in. Helpful.
What if I know. What if you had a teenager?
That is because the first summer we were here before, because I didn't know you had to sign up in February for these things, I did have a teenager who hung out with, because Thomas was still in Goddard school, so he was accounted for, but Lucy had aged out of it. So I did have a teenager come, and it was actually amazing. So you're right. I'm thinking of that too.
Yeah, I think get that lined up for...
Oh, I already know the teenager.
See what we're doing here, everyone? Solving problems. We're solving the world's problems right now.
Thank you for this, though. I gotta make some calls.
I know. And get it lined up. Because it's also like your kids get to a certain age where some of them are old enough, like Griffin. He's out running amok.
Yeah.
I don't know I'm scared. I don't know what he's going to be up to.
Running amok, Grandma. That's like a me thing.
Okay. Want to talk about Grandma? Let's talk about the fact that I can't see anything right now, but I can only see papers if I put these glasses on.
So
running
amok. But hopefully your kids are not running amok this summer.
And if they are, good luck.
I mean, that's what we did in the 80s and the 90s.
I never know where he is. It's okay.
But truly, like,
run
or
amok.
90s kids, 80s, 90s kids. Like, that's...
Yeah, I was outside making, like, mud pies with red berries.
Don't eat the red berries.
And the leaves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, that's what we did. There was nothing to do. There wasn't all this technology.
We put cinders in ours. Was cinders a word that you used?
No.
Okay. They're like the little rocks that they would put on the street no, of course, because you grew up in San Diego, you didn't have snow. Instead of salt, they had trucks that came by and put cinders. So then there was just always like little pea gravel on our road.
I see. Yeah, no, we didn't have that. But you know what else is going to be a problem this summer?
What?
It's a problem all the time anyways, is technology.
Oh, well, that's what I thought you were going to say before when I asked about Fortnite.
Yeah. It's going to be technology. It's going to be a huge problem. But that's why Griffin has a new bike.
And Quinn has her new scooter.
And Quinn has a scooter, so she can go over see Lucy. She can go and... Because
Yeah.
That will give them some independence a little bit.
Yes.
To not just be at my house and dependent on me to drive them to everything.
And also dependent on you to entertain. Like, yes, I love that you do the Nerf fights with them, but you can't entertain them while you're also trying to work.
No,
like, you can't.
I cannot.
And you don't want the TV on or the computer or whatever. So, yeah.
And the iPad's flaring or Griffin's upstairs, like, screaming on Fortnite. I mean, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait for summer.
So... have a great summer, but share. Tell us what you're doing.
Yeah, we need to know.
Like, are we missing something? I don't think we are, but maybe there's like a huge answer that we haven't thought of. I don't know.
What? I don't know. I know what we should do. Not work and go spend the summer in France.
Let's do it. Who's paying for it? Come on. Who wants to be an investor in my life?
We're getting there. But we hope that you have a great summer, and we're here for you. If you need anything, if you need to vent, if you need to talk about how absolutely insane it is and how you just want to get out of your house and can't do this anymore, that we get it.
We're here.
That's why we're here, because we're going to be doing the same exact thing.
Yeah. We're all in it.
All summer long. So
good luck.
Cheers.